sound like that.
Sound like what? So
Oh my god.
This is awkward.
Oh, I didn't know we were dressing up.
Wait a damn minute.
No. I got a bone to pick because in the formal invite that was mailed to me, it said this was a black tie event. On the formal invite that was mailed. So let me read it for the audience because I need you all to know that this is not me, and I'm going to bring this up with your publicity. So it says PhatBoy and friend in parentheses is the S because I don't know if we've decided if there are multiple yet.
No, there's
Quarterly
not.
invites you, my name, nice font by the way, I appreciate that, to appear as a guest on PhatBoy and Friends podcast. It even has the date and the time, which a little late. Under the time though, you see it says black tie event. Yeah, and then I'd like to read the rest of the invite, though, because since I'm the one that apparently followed the rules, I think it's important for the listeners or viewers to understand where we're coming from. So it says black tie event, and this is no RSVP needed, ellipses, you don't have a choice, strong words. Smaller font, it says, please come, I don't have friends, and on the bottom it says help in all caps with lots of exclamation points. But I have to say, I'm a little upset. You can't just send out an invite that says black tie event and then not show up in black tie for the event.
Can't believe you.
Somebody really just took that free trial to Canva and ran with it.
Oh, no, that's not even my predicament. Hold on. I'm in utter shock. You had an hour from the time we asked you to do this until just now.
No, I got this invite a couple days ago to all the listeners. I don't know what they're talking about.
Ran out and rented a tuxedo and everything. Wow.
Rented? I'm a musician. I have one.
Holy shit.
Well, on that note,
disappointed.
I just
Hello,
don't know
everybody.
what to say.
Welcome back to the podcast, PhatBoy and Friends. I'm your host, PhatBoy, otherwise known as Landen. I'm here today with my lovely co-host, as always, my brother Jordyn. Say hi, Jordyn.
Hi, Jordyn.
And clearly, we're joined by my craziest of friends, Elijah Shoe. Say hello, Elijah.
Hello.
Okay, we're going to chat about our crazy times and our crazy antics and clearly how he is a crazy human. Let's get into it. Roll the intro.
All right, we're back.
Thank you, back.
I'd like to start by bringing up to point a few things. First, am I the crazy friend for following the rules?
No.
I just followed the invite. You sent. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my puppy.
We're still going with the bit here. Okay.
It's not a bit. It's just how you're supposed to act. If you get an invite and it says you got to show up in black tie, show up in black tie. Also, being demoted to season 2, that one stung a little bit. But besides that, I just want you both to know that congrats on your last podcast. I think you gave it a good run. I'm sorry nobody liked it.
So true. Nobody watched. We were gone for 2 months and they said... But now we're back, and Elijah Shoe is bringing in the viewers. With the bits, the bobs, and the humor.
And the dog. Sorry.
And the dog. Oh, cool.
That's her name, Jordyn?
Yeah. So, hold on. You brought up a great point. You are clearly a season 1 guest, but also I firmly believe you to be a season 2 guest. You're like too good. Like you're waiting to see how season 1 pans out, and then you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll give it a go.
This, folks, is a bad masterclass in backpedaling.
You're like the Meryl Streep of Only Murders in the Building. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing. First off, I'm a bad person. I still haven't watched that season.
Our season or Only Murders in the Building?
Only Murders in the Building. Oh, no, okay, I watched all your podcasts, of course.
Because you're a great friend.
Yeah, it's nice to have background noise every now and then. But the big thing is, I'm just racking up the minutes. I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay, also, I have to ask a question.
Yeah.
Oh, no, pause. I was going to say, your season 2
Can you do
guest...
that on a podcast? Can you pause? Or does that
You
throw the
can
listener
pause
off?
all you want.
Oh.
Pause the listen, pause the view, whatever you want.
Okay, gotcha.
Don't pause. Me pause, not you pause. Listeners, viewers. Elijah is a season 2 guest because Elijah is a busy human being.
Elijah is busy.
And Jordyn and I are only able to do these on a certain day of the week. And Elijah's a busy man. What are you doing, Elijah?
Well, currently I'm sitting in a tux in my kitchen. So, no. Today is the official last day of my first semester of grad school. So, we made it. Don't know how. Who am I kidding? My teachers are going to watch this. Yeah, made it to the end. Somehow I struggle bust through it. But here we are.
I love that for you. But here's the thing, too, is you already have a master's, correct?
Yeah. Also, side note, if my teacher happens to watch this, which he shouldn't, he's the best. I love him. Yeah. Anyways, yes. So I do have a master's, in music education. But this is a different master's. This is in orchestral conducting. So, yeah.
Yikes. Too much school for me.
See, this one's actually fun though.
Yeah, I'm sure. It sounds like you're having fun. You always look like you're having fun. My question before I paused and backpedaled a little was to Jordyn, does Elijah sound like he's just sucked in a helium balloon?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think it's funny.
Okay.
Nobody told me, Jordyn, when I asked, I can change that.
You sound like Dr.
Oh,
Dennis
you have-
Wilhoit.
You have the helium setting on?
I could. Well, now when I asked, "Hey, how are my sound levels?" and everybody's like, "Oh, they're great."
Yeah,
Church.
the levels are
I'm
great.
going to pause for a second.
Okay, that is iconic because I thought it was just his microphone or something, and
I just thought that was his new voice.
You said, "Hi, my name's Elijah Shu."
I'm 12 years old and I have a beard.
He can edit
I'm
this.
gonna
All right,
leave-
how's
I'm
this?
leaving this in.
Oh,
How's this?
Oh, that's sexy.
No, it's my normal voice.
Exactly.
So what the hell?
Jerks. It's because I'm using this tiny little Zoom, and there's two settings, and I never remember which one, which is why when I logged on,
He's a professional musician.
when I logged
Jordyn.
on, I asked, and you said, "Yep, that's good." Liars. So black tie first, lying about the audio second. How is this thing still running? Okay, I'm going a little off the rails. I'm sorry.
No, this
You're
this
just
podcast
tearing
is
into
always
us.
off the rails.
Someone's got to keep you humble.
Humble. Yikes.
I don't know who's going to, but somebody's gotta.
Okay, whatever. Let's get this situated. You came here to talk about yourself. We all know it. So let's get into it. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you got to plug? Get your plug in and then
plug your shit.
That was probably a great sound for those just listening. I have nothing to plug. I am mentally exhausted. I'm looking forward to the next 6 weeks of break.
True. Elijah and I are going to hang out all the time.
Yes, please.
Party. We're going to party hardy. Because we're best friends. Let's get into that. We met when? Go. Tell the story.
Yeah, so 2 classes my freshman year of undergrad, which was Landen's second, because despite my appearance, he is older than me. So I look old, Jordyn, don't make that face.
I'm just so
It's
youthful and baby-like.
So not only did we have 8 a.m. music theory together, which I wasn't in the first couple classes because I tried to sneak into the Theory 1 or whatever, and so I didn't meet you then. I met you in concert choir, where we both sang in the tenor section.
This freshman comes in, and he's already a good singer, so he just gets right into concert choir. Sorry.
You were in concert choir your freshman year.
It was the second semester.
Oh,
Yours was first.
But and we were both in the tenor section, as you could tell from the helium setting on my Zoom that nobody told me about until like 10 minutes in.
You just wouldn't stop
anyways.
talking. I couldn't get it in.
Oh, shut up. And can I say shut up? Is that allowed on the podcast?
Yeah, we can bleep it out.
Oh, okay. And our wonderful director of choral activities, Lucy Thayer, put us standing next to each other, or like one row, like we were right by each other, whether it was a row in front or not. And basically, first semester, in theory, we also sat in the back next to each other.
Well, yes, not by choice for me.
No, really, it was. Well, also, I mean, I wasn't showing up early for that class. The spots filled in. The first time I was there, I kind of sat there, and that's all she wrote, really. You know, I don't like talking to people, and I knew him from choir. Knew him in quotes. But anyway, so we kind of spent all first semester. We go get our breakfast burritos after choir or after theory, because I'd skip my speech class, and which is okay. I passed, no worries. And then second semester, though, is when I like to think the friendship blossomed. Okay?
God.
Choir, first day back, second semester, coming off a break. I don't think I talked to really anybody over that break. What's new, am I right? And I'm sitting next to Landen, and this gentleman walks in who's singing choir, and he was notorious for wearing pants that were
That's good.
way too tight. Okay, and also a little short. And this guy walks back in, and Landen leans forward and says, "New Year, same pants, am I right?" Or something like that. And it was the funniest thing ever. And so
Guess you had to be
I'm
there.
real good at icebreakers, you know?
that was that. It only took a semester. I'm sorry. Did you all hear that?
Hear what?
Okay, my email just made a noise, and they wouldn't have known if I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, way to go.
I'm not getting called to be on podcasts. I don't know the processes for this.
Neither do we, apparently.
So true.
I feel like I pointed that out well in the first 5 minutes. But anyways,
God damn it.
so that kind of just started. And then the next year, we just started doing a lot together. Like we would go see movies a lot. That was fun.
Oh, true.
Tuesday, $5 movies. It was great. We just kind of started hanging out. I don't think it was then yet. The next year, my second year, your third, you lived off campus in a house we lived in for like 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah,
3
we
years?
lived in it for too long, I think was the answer.
Too long, 3 years. Yep, 3. Anyways, but that year I also lived off campus elsewhere though, my second year, because I cheated the system. And
Whoa. Now what if they're listening to the podcast?
what are they gonna do?
Take away your degree.
Oh, boo! No. Try me. I don't think I ever said the university.
Of
I'm going to
Wisconsin
forward them
Stevens
a link.
Plant? Both of us attacking you at once.
But then the next year, I moved into that place with him and some other people, and then we lived together in that house for 3 years, and then we finally moved out of that.
So
place.
you're telling me I lived in that house for 4 years?
Yeah, and then we lived last year in a different place, which was so much nicer.
Yeah.
Better landlord, better everything.
Better pizza.
Better Papa John's. But
oh yeah, so here's
are they a sponsor? Oh, sponsor break. Cricket sound effect now. Okay, and we're back.
Cricket sound effect. Oh,
That's
God. You just came here to attack us. That's all you did.
I don't see people. I mean, I see people, but I don't talk to them.
Do you see dead people?
Yeah, but that's a different story.
Also, can we get a little commotion for the glasses?
Mine?
Yes, I love those glasses.
A lot of shapes going on the screen here.
I love it.
But there's one thing we all know: there's all three of us around. So
Very spherical.
LOL.
Okay,
Uh,
so my thing is, you're so right. By flying through those first couple years, not as entertaining. We did do a great duet for our choral director.
Oh, I
and
forgot.
when she retired, and that was very fun for us because
Mhm.
then we got to be like, oh, we're her favorites, clearly. But
Very much so. And
Right.
then at the choir alumni thing, she called us both out on Facebook saying we better be there. So
yes,
obviously,
she loved
favorites.
us. Because we were funny. Once we started talking, we wouldn't stop. Clearly,
We did stupid stuff, but hey,
stupid.
you gotta
old.
laugh, right?
Yeah, and she did eventually move us across the room at times when we
Yeah,
would be in
that was only
mixed
for
position.
mixed. Yes, yeah.
Didn't stop us.
Nope. It's kind of the room wasn't big enough. Like I don't know what she was expecting, but yeah, that
Right.
was a good year. That was a good year in choir. We did that thing, and then the next year you weren't in choir because you got into the musical theater program,
You're so right. You know my life better than I do.
which was awesome. But we still saw each other, like
Because we did a different choir. We did chamber choir.
Oh my gosh!
Mhm.
But we also we stuck with the movie things, and of course, I came to your shows.
Yeah.
I got into a relationship later that semester that was pretty consuming for a while, but we got past it. We survived. What?
Drama.
Oh no, not trauma or drama. We're talking about our friendship, and that played a role in our friendship.
It did. But then we moved into a house together.
And that's the first time I met Rhonda at a choir concert.
Oh, so
Very
true.
briefly. But I didn't meet them until we moved in together, because that summer is when we got Bailey and I helped your parents move into their
Oh.
apartment.
You did and I didn't.
Yep,
That is
I was
correct.
the only kid that did. Not Jordyn.
And that's why you're the favorite, and I'm okay with that.
It's good to be
Wow.
me. But I did. I literally brought a trailer and borrowed from my parents and borrowed a truck from my parents. And I went over there and I helped your parents move.
Yeah.
You want to be written in the will? Because there's not a whole lot, so might as well.
It's really the thought that matters for me. So yes, I would like to be written in the will.
Well, yeah. Better be
but-
about the thought.
That's when I really met Jim and Rhonda, because I was left alone with them helping them move. And we all know we love Jim. We love Jim. But
Period. Let's just put a period there.
remember when the next day when you were there and he forgot to fill his car trunk up on the last trip, and he was like chewing us all out for something before, and then we get to the apartment and he opens his car trunk and it was totally empty.
Now, I'll have you know,
so funny.
Jim is an avid viewer of this podcast.
Oh,
he will be
he'll
sending you a
laugh.
text message, I'm sure.
He'll laugh. I would welcome a text from Jim. Jim, why aren't you talking to me?
Oh, now we've struck a chord. Okay, moving on. So, yes, we moved into this house. Now, this house, I think this house, I don't even know. I think it should be burned to the ground.
Well, let's start. Our neighbor was schizophrenic and wouldn't take his meds.
Bingo.
It was technically a duplex, which wasn't real. There was this like one room thing in the back, and we had our wonderful old neighbor who passed while we were living there. He passed in the house.
Suspicious.
But he was nice. He loved us. And he just kind of sat on his porch and smoked a couple packs a day with his oxygen tank hooked up.
So true.
And, but the house should be burned. The floor was sinking. The ceiling was falling. Remember the toilet leaked for like a year before they figured it out?
Yep.
Yeah.
The moment I moved in, the year before Elijah moved into that house, when I moved in and we had a bat situation the first 2 months, and we couldn't be in it for a month while they like fumigated the place and fixed it, that should have told me I shouldn't re-sign the lease with new people. But I did.
How many bats were there that they had to fumigate the place?
Well, we as human beings that lived in the space, we saw at least 4 or 5, which was more
In the
than I
house?
cared to find in my home.
I don't want to see one.
So I should have known to get out of there the next year. But I said, no, come join me, Elijah and friends. And we did. But also, I will say, we got some good times out of it.
We did. Honestly, there were we'll get into it, but I want to point out the fact that every year, even with the people we lived with, except for that one year, we looked for new places to live. But in the end, we are just too lazy to do it. And we're just like, I don't want to move. And so we stayed.
And I think that's a fair enough reason to not move.
I
Because it's
hate
too much
moving.
work.
I talked about this because I moved down, to Madison, where I'm a grad student, this year. And skinny people have it so much easier. Their clothes take up less space. I'm folding mine, and I'm like, I got 3 shirts in, and this giant suitcase is full. I'm like, well, what the heck am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, skinny friend over there, they're like, I got all my clothes and half of that. What? Bullshit. Crap.
No, you can say shit.
Is it okay to? Can I?
Yeah,
okay.
we can swear.
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
A listener. We swear all the time.
I know, but I don't know if we're trying to actually appeal to an audience.
No, nobody will watch this.
With these 3 mugs? I don't think so. Now let's get into the horror stories of the house, I think.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot.
But I think I think you have to start because you're the one who experienced the most, I think.
Now, are we talking horror as in just scary crap that happened, or like in just anything?
I say start with the horror.
Okay, so we're talking like ghosts and crap, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the place was haunted. Like on a scale of 1 to Casper the Friendly Ghost, it was a solid haunted mansion. Everybody uses that rating scale. That's pretty standard.
Common.
Yeah, okay. Pretty common. I don't know. Like, I remember the one night I didn't live there because I would sleep at your place. Like, remember the random couple times I slept on that horrible couch that wasn't a couch in the living room?
Yeah, it was
and then I slept on your floor in your bedroom a couple times.
Yeah.
One was before the Chamber Singer concert. We were tired as balls for that. Anyways, but one time, like, a glass just randomly fell off the counter.
And that's not because the place was sinking to the middle and it was just gravity?
No, Jordyn, it's because ghosts. And that there was also a lot of random knocking on the doors. Now, some of them were our neighbor who had schizophrenia. But there was one in particular that I remember. There was I was with my then relationship, and we were leaving, and I heard knocking, and one of our other roommates went down and checked, and nobody was there. And we go to leave maybe an hour later, and there was no footprints in any of the snow.
And are you sure you also didn't have schizophrenia?
Now, that's still yet to be determined, but at least this me doesn't go into the doctor, so you'll check back in a day, and we'll see what that me says.
Okay.
You brought it up.
What's
no,
real?
I don't have schizophrenia.
Okay.
But anyway, so that one was, whoa, that's weird. What else? Our other roommate said
you both saw people in the window.
I saw a person.
Yeah, a
once. Woman. And I didn't think, we were all chilling on the
woman in the window?
Room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So might I add, no influence of any substance was had at this point, because I don't think I might have been 21, but I didn't really drink. And yeah, Landen, we get it. But anyways, chilling on the couch, we were watching something, and I swear I see this person that's in all white, pretty cliche, but it's what I saw. Walk past, because we had this big windows facing the road, walk on our covered porch in front of the window. And I'm freaking out, but I don't say anything. And then another roommate brought it up.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, oh my God, I saw it too. No cars drove by. It was weird. That was a weird one. I will say that's one that still kind of freaks me out.
So the amount of times that we had Elijah, a man of the Lord,
hallelujah. Not really. Ladies, I'm single.
the amount of times that we had Elijah bless the doors around the house with some holy water. Now, I may not be a religious person, but when the Catholic Church acknowledges ghosts and demons, I might have to acknowledge them too. You know what I mean? So, bless my house all you want, because I ain't dealing with that bullshit. I never saw anything, but get them out of here.
Let's just say the demons were the only things being exorcised in that house.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's all the horror, I think. The fake, maybe real, who knows? I'm not denying your experience.
None of us can say what was true or what wasn't true.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what, in the moment, it was freaky.
Terrifying, I'm sure.
I have no proof of any of it, but I was scared. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah. But now I'd like to talk about one of my favorite stories with you in that house. Yeah. And that is, for the longest time, we lived together and we would go to Quick Trip probably every night. Let's be real, right? Every night?
It was every night.
Okay.
Yep.
We went late at night, really early in the morning.
Sorry, Rhonda and Jim.
Post midnight. And our favorite lady, Betty, was always working at the Quick Trip.
Betty!
We loved her. Okay. She made us cookies once. She was the best. One night, we all went together, me, Elijah, our other roommate, and somebody else, I think. And on our drive home, I pull out of the Quick Trip, and a police car follows me. And I go...
Which, not super weird, because at this point in the night, they normally are stopping there and getting coffee anyways.
But I don't like when a police car pulls out of a drive, a business right behind you. Because you're like, okay, what are you doing? So I start driving. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll turn. I'll go turn down the road we live on. I turn. They turn. I go, okay, now we're screwed. I said, I'm going to make another turn. And everybody's like, no, don't turn. And I'm like, I got to turn. So I turn. They follow. Yeah. I turn again.
And he's not driving like it's the speed limit. Like, it's nothing suspicious about it.
I am following the rules of the road, using my directionals.
You cannot deviate without a directional.
And every turn I take, that police car is following me. And at one point, I turn back on the road we live on, and he is riding my ass.
Yeah.
Right up on there. Didn't even take me to dinner. And then I speed home. I pull into the our driveway, and we're all like, get out and get in the house. We panic. We're running. He drives past. He's away. We're like, where is he? What's happening? We get in the house. We run. We're like, okay, don't turn any of the lights on. And then all of a sudden, the police car drives by again. Was it fast first? Was it one fast pass?
One fast pass.
Yeah. And then he drives back, must have circled the block, drives past again, slows, literally the slowest you could drive in a car, full spotlight.
In our house.
In the windows.
What the hell?
In the windows.
That's, which then Elijah has a problem with that, because apparently that's illegal.
Because apparently, according to the things I researched,
according to Wisconsin State Statute number 32.
You can't just be shining your spotlight in people's homes.
Was it from the road?
Yes. As he was driving,
from his vehicle.
He shined it in our living room area.
We were on the floor of our living room. We were like, what's happening?
You could still see Landen's ass through the window, but the rest of us were on the floor.
He was probably like, where did those very large men go?
So I don't know if, because I drive our parents' vehicle, if he looked up the license plate and knew our parents and was pulling a little prank. I don't know if he knew who we were and he saw us at the Quick Trip. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's the kid from TikTok.
Yeah, but this was pre-TikTok.
Not at the time. This is pre-TikTok.
I know.
Tic-tac.
Now I wouldn't even bat an eye. But, just kidding.
Fans these days. The paparazzis.
Oh, God. So that was my...
I thought you were going to bring up a different story.
Oh, well, do bring it up now.
Yeah. So, one night, the summer going into our last year living in that home, I'm a fan of a nap. I really am, especially in the summer. He knows now. But here's the thing: when Elijah takes a nap, Landen, how does it? Is it a 15-minute power nap?
No, 3 to 4 hours, I'd say.
And generally, late afternoon is when I lay down.
You're like 5 p.m. Time for a nap.
Time for a nap. So Landon, you were still working a lot of the 2 to 10s.
Yeah.
Or like 9 or 8. You were working to one of those hours a lot. So it was dark. It was later. And this was in, I'd say, later summer, because one of our newer roommates was going to be moving in. And so I get awoken from my slumber, okay? And because things are rattling, the house, it wasn't a good house. So it's kind of shaking. I'm like, oh, he's moving in, moving stuff in, but it doesn't stop. I'm like, did he forget his key? Because it sounded like the door was being jingled and banged on, and I don't know. So I'm like, what's going on? So I grab my handy dandy flashlight and I walk. Oh, don't do that face, Landon.
Wait,
you know
sidebar,
I was right.
Sidebar, you have to say why you have the flashlight.
Sidebar. So for all of you that are fans of the hit movie Night at the Museum, starring Ben Stiller, you know how he uses his flashlight as a means of preventing injuries to himself from other people. He uses it as a weapon. But
Elijah believes the flashlight, a heavy metal flashlight, to be the perfect weapon against intruders.
You blind them and then you whack them across the head. It's much more effective in the moment than if, whatever,
Okay,
back to the story. I have my flashlight. And I go down, because my bedroom was on the second floor. I go downstairs. No, Landon's was on the first because he doesn't like stairs.
That's not why, you lying sack of crap.
It was why.
Because you can't get up the stairs.
So I'm going down, and we have 2 doors that go into the house, but the one we didn't use, we used it to let Bailey out. And there's banging on the door and stuff. And then it stopped. And I work up the courage 5 minutes later. I'm I'm going to peek out the window. And so I go up, and all the stuff on our front deck, because at this point, let's be honest, there was some garbage there. And we had flower pots, because I would hang flower pots from the covered porch. I did it one summer. I thought it looked nice until the storms blew them down, and then I gave up. And all our stuff from our deck is on the lawn or on the sidewalk by the road. And I'm like, what's going on? And
there was a sofa, there was a chair, there was a table, and wooden
all
chairs.
of it all over the place. And then our neighbor was basically trying to break into the house. So I freak out. And I run back upstairs, and I think I was texting you, Landon, because he was going to be getting done from work. And so what he did is I turned the deck light on, our covered porch light on, and he drove past our house and stopped. And it was crazy, because I'm like, do you see him? And you're like, no, but he could have been hiding. There was an angle behind the couch.
I was there's a part where I can't see.
We can't see. I
don't know if you're safe.
So I'm in a bathrobe, and I got my pajama pants and a t-shirt on under, with my flashlight. And basically I just had to work up the courage, and I opened the door and booked it. I'm because he could have been hiding behind his couch. And we hop in the Landon's car, and he just takes off. And so this neighbor has had things in the past. And I didn't want to call the cops straight up. So I called the non-emergency line, and I'm this is the sitch. Here's the dude. We know he's got this. We know there's you guys have been called before for things. We figure out the address, tell them, the operator's oh yeah, we know who that is. Which, this was the 3rd year living in that house, and we just now, came to the conclusions that was that big a problem. Yeah. So they send 3 squad cars. 3 squad cars. We're parked down the road from our house. 2 of them pass in front, go into the front of his, because he wasn't on the same road as us. He was just on the same block, just kitty corner around the corner. One cop's there walking down the sidewalk. I roll my window down, and I'm hey, I called. And as I'm talking to this dude, we hear this screeching coming from the backyards, because our backyards came up to each other. And long story short, 3 squad cars. Basically, I don't know what happened, but he was off his meds.
And then you don't see him for a little while, because I think either they take him somewhere or he then gets back on his medication. And he was a very nice man. So,
yes. But our neighbors across the street thought he had a twin brother. True story.
Yeah, that is true.
Wow.
So it's just like a little scary at times, but now we've lived that experience and we know how to handle our situations.
Yeah, and I've realized not many people have had things like that happen to them.
Right? That's the other thing, is that nobody...
And after
We
all
got
that,
stories.
you stand by the flashlight being the best weapon.
Did I die?
Have you ever used it?
No, and that's the whole point. It scares him off. They're like, that guy's got a
Never had to.
flashlight.
It's the
I
blind.
hope I never have to, because let me tell you, the day I have to use it, the cops are going to show up. There's going to be a guy or girl, I don't know, laying in the floor of my apartment and be like, I used my flashlight, man. And they're going to be like, you deserve a citizen award. And then
Okay.
I'll have to accept it.
So
You
the
know?
intruder can be a guy or a girl, but the police officer has to be a man? Or
You know,
This just in, Elijah Shue says there's
Please.
only 2 genders.
you cannot do this. That is not what I said. Oh my gosh. People are going to look up my name on YouTube years from now. This is going to pop up and I will be ruined. That is not what I said. It was a slip of the police person. The
and that was
officer,
your second lesson on backpedaling from Elijah Shue.
which was much better than Landen's first lesson. You're welcome.
Well, he has a master's, so of course.
We also have to assume people have made it this far into the podcast.
So true. They've clicked away.
We're at 36 minutes. What else do they have to do with their lives?
Exactly. I feel like this has been very captivating.
We're
Please leave a comment.
I'm stuck here, that's for sure.
Some
Thanks,
say it's Jordyn. Some say it's Jordyn's lackadaisical point of view that really sells the pod.
I am the audience's point of view, just sitting here like,
Is
okay.
somebody riding a motorcycle in the background?
Yes,
I'm actually
that's
just.
why I
I have
to
a lot
get
of
going.
gas.
I'm not going to lie. That's what I thought it was the first time I heard it. And I didn't want to bring it up.
Rude.
No, you know, I think Jordyn really timed his inability to walk very well to give a break between seasons of the podcast.
Wow. Now he's coming for you.
That's the only reason why there was a break, and the only reason why we're now in season 2. Otherwise, we probably just would have either gave up or kept going and never
Gave up.
done season 2.
I thought we were in a good place.
You had your chance, and you missed it.
You blew it.
This is going to be a great pause to fill for the listeners.
You're gonna cut that out.
And we're
Jordyn.
back.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Oh, this is a great time to talk about our merch. Jordyn, give us the merch spiel.
Buy something if you want. If not, that's fine. Then
Are
I
there
have
any
less to
left?
pack
Are
and
you-
ship.
You making them? You making stickers still?
I haven't had to reorder them.
Oh,
Yikes.
love to
People
hear
get
that.
merch. It's
Come on,
pretty
just
chill.
some stickers, they're fun.
With the holidays approaching, do you need a stocking stuffer? Because let me tell you, you're in luck with PhatBoy and Friends podcast stickers. Order now.
I remained silent. I really wanted to laugh, but Jordyn, you're gonna clip that, and we might use that all the time.
Maybe.
You will not be making royalties off of that.
Do you want to look like me in a suit?
It's a tux.
Yeah, get it right.
It was on the invite. If you're just tuning in, I would like to show you the invite I got, and I'd like to point out that it says, where's my camera? Black tie event.
I can't believe your crazy ass put that together in the last hour before they started this. Now, I know you're lonely in that apartment, but I didn't know you were that lonely.
The things one does for a bit. You know, but I used Canva whilst teaching. I actually only used it once.
Oh, I see. So you're a pro. You're a Canva pro.
Nope.
Oh.
No, I've never claimed that.
I don't know. I just saw the invite, and it looked like a pro.
Yeah,
to
you
me.
sent it to me.
Oh,
but-
God.
For any listeners listening,
as listeners tend to do.
If you get an invite from any of these guys, minus me, don't trust it.
So dumb.
I try to follow the invite, look professional for your podcast.
You do. You look great. You look.
Yeah,
Have
but
you
now
lost weight?
No,
Oh.
I've probably gained it back.
Oh. Let's talk about our weight loss journeys. Go.
Me?
Go.
Last spring, I lost 35 pounds in 2 months.
Yeah, you did. What diet were you doing?
I don't remember. Oh,
It was that weird one.
I fasted
Yeah.
like between dinner and lunch, and then it was basically keto on hybrid. I don't know. It was good. I liked the food. But I realized once I lost the weight that being fat is not the reason I'm single. So
Yeah, it's that
I'm not saying it's not a
personality.
part of it, but it didn't make anything easier.
Yeah. Yeah, once they get past the looks, there's really just nothing else to go on, so.
Yeah, and there wasn't much with the looks to begin with, so I guess, at least that was a good defense.
What do you mean? Because I think your looks have really escalated over the years. Because I think we should
I
insert
agree.
this really great photo right here. Oh, not that photo.
Did you guys find photos? Pull it
That
up. Let
is-
me see.
No, you know what photo I'm talking about, though.
Me?
There's a really great photo of you as a youthful child, no beard.
Oh.
And I think we need to insert it to show the people
Was
that
it
you used to look like.
from Low Brass Studio? That one
Yes.
on the risers?
Yes,
Yeah, but I was like thin then.
I get it, but you just were meant to
Yeah.
have a beard, Some people were meant to
And
have
those
a beard.
glasses were not the ones.
So
the
you're
tiny
really
rectangles.
elevating your life right now.
Yeah, sure.
You are. You're living your best life in Madison, Wisconsin.
I do love it down here.
Your
I
address
really do.
is no, I'm just kidding.
It's okay. They can't get in. The apartment's locked. The
Oh.
building is locked.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You'll have to get past my doorman.
The doorman.
Oh, wait, aren't you the doorman? You kind of look like one.
No, and also aren't door people used for?
Oh.
See, yep.
That
Aren't
was
they
good.
used for open buildings?
Watch your mouth, okay? What? How? I was going to
It is
ask a
great down
question.
here.
I was going to ask a question about how you like Madison, and
Ooh.
you've talked about your relationship back here when we lived together. That relationship,
Oh yeah.
and I need some hope for my life in a bigger city. So, what's it like? What's the dating scene like down there in Madison?
Oh well, you see, I haven't tried.
Oh,
So
easy.
that's
Got
that. But I've heard. I don't know. I haven't heard. Who am I kidding? My friends are married.
Oh, because
Yeah.
boring.
Well,
Are they older?
not all my friends are married. No. Well, are they
they-
older than me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like much older. Like
30, 29, one's 34.
got it. Okay, so we've got time. We've got time.
Yeah, but they don't ask how long they've been married.
Oh, I didn't.
Actually, the one just got married this last summer. So, but anywho, yeah, I don't know what the dating scene's like. I don't have a dating app. One of my friends down here is really chomping at the bit to make one, but I told him I don't have pictures. He's like, "Oh, great, photo shoot," and I said, "Nope." So
Right here.
I think we should host a FatBoy and Friends
Speed
dating
dating.
game.
it could be like from Schitt's Creek, their dating singles week.
Sure.
You're a big fan of.
Sure.
Okay, well, on that note, thank you for watching.
You. I was going to ask Elijah now because apparently he has no fun dating stories. Could you explain a couple of your recent weird happenings in Madison, Wisconsin?
Well, there.
Because
I gotta think back.
Because I am convinced at this point now, Elijah sends me and Hunter videos explaining these crazy things that happened to Elijah.
Yeah.
And now I'm convinced that the 3 years in which I lived with him, he was the cause of the weird problems that I was having.
Wait, what's happening?
The causes. Well, the amount of them that take place at a McDonald's drive-through is concerning.
Okay.
let's go backwards. The most recent one was I go through, it's late, I'm tired, I didn't have leftovers, I didn't want to cook at home.
So real.
And so I'm going through.
I'm not dating anyone, so.
And
McDonald's.
Why should that prevent anybody from wanting to go on a date with me? What normally prevents people is they look at me. Anyways, it's not a pity party. I do it for the comedy.
Dress
I
that
order
way?
something. I order food, obviously. It's McDonald's. And
They sell drinks.
not alcoholic. So, also, I believe drinks go into the food category in a way. We're not getting into that.
Consumables.
I drive up. I use my rewards, the point, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, the app. If you don't have it,
Welcome
get
to
it because
McDonald's.
it's good.
Oh, an advocate.
And my order total was like 15, 16. There were some numbers that were like in the close. And I get up to the window and she's like 15, 16. I give her my card and she reaches her head back. She goes, hey, 2 ages we haven't been in a long time. Ha ha ha. I'm like, I am 24.
That was only 8 years ago.
She really thought in the moment that I was older. And then the other one
Also,
was at a
not even a
McDonald's.
funny joke.
No, it wasn't. It was not
15,
funny.
16.
I was, oh my gosh, I was grocery shopping.
Yes.
This one's a fun
Yeah.
one. I was at Metro Market because I was making some dinner. I needed some ingredients to make my dinner. And I'm waiting for the self-checkouts. The guy who's like monitoring, because every store has a person who like watches them if you need help. His pants are like, they're to his knees. His hair's covering his butt. He looks rough. Okay,
least it
and
was
he's
covered.
obviously a
What
teenager.
if that's his style? What do you mean he looks rough?
He looked rough.
Okay.
Okay,
Was he a thug?
and I wouldn't say that. But there's in front of me in line, like a little ways, is this elderly lady, and she's short. She's tiny.
Was she
She's-
single?
I don't know. She's wearing from head to toe all maroon, the glasses, the makeup. She had an undershirt on with like a down vest. Both were maroon. She had extremely tight leggings that were maroon. Miraculously, they all were the same shade. It's not somebody who wears like 5 different shades of blue. Like she planned this. This was a planned maroon outing. Okay.
Maroon. 75.
She walks up to this high schooler who's supervising after she checks out. She's like, I just wanted to say thank you for your service. She was a smoker, obviously. What you do for this country is amazing. And I'm sitting here baffled on 2 accounts.
Was she not being sarcastic?
Nope, she was dead ass. Okay? And she was proud of it too. Like,
Oh,
we should tell people, dang it. And
Oh, God.
not only was I watching this tiny elderly lady in maroon from head to toe in front of me, but then as she leaves, that's what she says. And I could not figure it out. And the kid didn't know what to do.
Did he respond in any way, shape, or form?
No.
God,
He just kinda-
that generation, they don't know how to
Like,
talk
how
She was
to
would
on a
you
people.
mission.
respond?
She got her food. She thanked him for his service. And then
aye,
she
sir.
booked it out. That was a pretty good one. That was one of my favorite
That,
happenings
I
of
think, was
recent.
my recent favorite story of yours.
So, the disappearing donut was a sad one.
Oh, God.
Happens around here a lot.
Yeah, except for I don't remember eating this one. And I, again, was not inebriated in any fashion the night before.
You're going to be inebriated in fashion tonight with that tux on.
That was a bad joke, mainly because you stumbled over the words.
I'm inebriated.
Oh, let's talk about this, how Jordyn lives in the same city as me, and I've yet to actually see him down here.
That's because I hide in here in this room.
Or you need to go do an escape room. Get on that.
But I'll be seeing Landen tomorrow
True.
in person.
I haven't seen
with a
Elijah.
haircut that isn't. Oh my gosh. This haircut was from probably like a month and a half ago. And I'm pretty sure the lady was either drunk or high.
Here's the thing. I've
Probably
got a
both.
question. Why do
Yes.
you want to get so many hairs cut when you ain't got that many left?
Because look at this.
Does it make you anxious?
She really,
though?
she messed it up. Oh, the fact that I'm balding, no. I think
Okay.
it's a good joke.
Okay.
And one of these days when it gets down to, we all know the moment and we all go past it because we're just feeling optimistic, but I'm counting on my friends to tell me, dude, you just got to shave it. You got to go bald.
Yikes! I don't know
I
if I
see
can
you looking
handle
for
that
friends. Telling me?
though. No, looking at you bald.
With the beard?
I mean, yeah,
I do have a big head, so it might not work.
we'll talk it through.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The hope is that I am signed, sealed, and delivered by that point, so my appearance doesn't really matter anymore.
We'll just get a top hat like in that picture.
Yes, because I really want to get beat up walking down the streets.
I mean, with the glasses, it would be a look.
Maybe it's a Halloween costume.
They're like, ooh, hey, who's fancy Harry Potter over
I
there?
was going to say. And right now, with a cane and a scarf, giving Scrooge.
Ooh. Ooh.
Serving
But I love
Scrooge
Christmas.
realness.
I'm here for that one. So as you can tell, this podcast really went nowhere today.
I don't think there's ever a
I'd like
point.
to think we're bringing high quality entertainment to the listener.
Right, if anybody laughs at our stupidity, I take that as a
It'll
win.
be Jim tonight in the recliner.
So true. Well, this ain't coming out.
Someone's trying to watch something on TV.
Oh, God. Don't even get me started. Okay, well, I do thank you, Elijah, for being here on this episode.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the invite.
I love you
I'm
dearly.
so glad it was accurate.
Let's be honest, you'll probably be back because you were entertaining, and there are a lot more crazy things to talk about.
I will look forward to the post on YouTube so I can just see how out of pocket this was.
I think we know how enough.
Also, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm very excited.
Stop.
I want you to know that.
Stop.
I'm totally just going to crash. Hopefully Rhonda's okay with it,
What? Crash at my place?
that I'm just there for
Oh.
like the day.
Yeah, she could probably put an air mattress in the living room if you wanted her to.
I mean, I wasn't going to actually sleep,
Oh.
but
Well, you could do that too.
I was just
Doesn't matter. Same, but we don't need to blow up the air mattress.
home away from home. Get it? Because we're going to sleep in the same bed like Super 8. That is going to be an
God,
Easter egg.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's a
Patreon
cliffhanger for the
content.
next one. All
if
right.
there's a video, I don't want to see it.
Okay.
There is actually Snapchat videos.
We'll talk about it next time. Thank you,
Next time.
Elijah. Everybody go buy your merch, like, subscribe, comment, share. Thanks, Jordyn, for once again being my gracious co-host.
I said nothing.
And we will see you on the next episode. Ta-ta!
Ta-tas.
Au revoir.